sometimes, I mean, overall education and everything is a rat race. So I think it was a needed halt also in a way, to rethink that what your goal is, what really matters in life. So I know it's easier said than done, because of course at the end of the day you need to go out there, make a career. But again, you're not alone in this. I think that's the most reassuring thing, and everything will get better. Time is the biggest healer.
Guys, today we have Dr. Amita Jain. So can you please help us how you, I mean, you, I guess, graduated from India and then pursued your further degree in US, and how is your life about?
Okay, so I basically, as Harshad mentioned, I did all my training as well as my postgraduate in internal medicine in India. And then after getting married, I moved here to the United States. And over here also, I had to do my postgraduate in internal medicine. So basically, MD that we call in India. So I finished my MD. And right now, I'm a practicing primary care physician here on the East Coast in the United States.
Great. So, Amita, I know that you are very much interested in dancing, yoga, diet. Anything particular about it, please?
So honestly, I never knew cooking until I came here, because my mom is a great cook, and you are spoiled in India, to be honest. But when I came here, I think that is, and one advice I would give to everybody, like all the youngsters out there, learn cooking, because that is a life-saving skill. Seriously, I mean, it's under stress. You feel like, mom does it, and it's all ready made. But when you don't get it, you understand the worth of it. But now I'm so proud. I think I'm a very decent cook, and we try to make meals fresh every day. So and because again, health as well, at the end of the day, you do all these, you run around getting your career, doing what you like, but if you do not concentrate on these basic needs and basic needs of your family and your health, I don't think it's all even worth running for money or career or whatever it is. So that's number one. Yoga, again, it's hard because I have two kids, but then whatever I can, I have a yoga mat in my office. So if I have lunch break, 12 to 1, 15 minutes I will put, even if I just lay down on the mat, I feel relaxed. So that's how I incorporate these things in my day. And hopefully getting better.
All right. Something about the future plans? Your future plans
Future
about?
plans? Yes. Yes. So again, as I mentioned, my drive is obesity. So obesity medicine is what I want to do in future. My husband is a gastroenterologist. So we both have actually, thought about maybe after kids are a little older and after we are a little more settled, because you know how with young kids, you have to just go with the flow. So once we are a little stable and we both want to start like an obesity health center kind of a deal, where I practice the endocrinology and the obesity medicine part, and he will tackle the gastroenterology part of it. So like bariatrics, etc. So that's my future goal. But I think that would be a 5-year plan, I would say, after 5 years.
So, Amita, whenever we hear about doctorate, right? I mean, people get scared. What is your take on it?
See, my take on it, basically understanding that it is a definitely long journey, but it is a calling. I mean, you have to have passion for it, because you are going to invest at least a decade of your life in training process when of course reach to that pedestal that you have looked for in life. So I feel if you're ready to invest those years, and of course if you have passion, then you don't look at how many years you're going to put into because the fruits are really sweet at the end, and it's all worth it. And this happens during the time which is your peak in your 20s, like the entire 20 to 30 goes in training. So that's where the dedication is. And that's where many a times you feel like, oh my God, I'm doing the same thing for the last a decade. But when you actually reap the fruits from it, it's really worth it. So it's, I think, a passion that drives you. And that's all I can say.
Great. No. During your maybe career, or did you face any problems? And if there were any hurdles, how did you kind of overcome them?
Yeah. So actually later in my career, so in India it is always very nice, you have family supporting you all throughout. I used to get my dabba from my mom, like even when I was doing my residency training in Baikala, I used to get every day fresh food from home. But those challenges are here in the United States because everything is not so easy. And when I started my internal medicine training, actually at that same time, the same month I was going to start the training, I was a mom of a 1 month old. And that was the biggest juggle, I think. And that defined me as a person also, because, everybody, all women will say that once you are a mom, you are a totally different person. Your perspective changes in life. Your priorities change in life. But one thing was for sure, that I did not want to give up on my career, but I also wanted to be there for my child. And that balance, I think, was the hardest, and it was a big learning curve, and it wouldn't have been possible. I was fortunate that my mom and my in-laws, my father-in-law and mother-in-law, they were here throughout for 2.5 years. I did not have to worry about my child's child care. And I think that was the toughest phase, but it was the most gratifying feeling once I achieved my target of getting my internal medicine degree here in the United States, as well as being there for my son throughout. So I think that was the hardest thing I achieved, and I'm very proud of that.
Great. For the youngsters who are currently not so positive, maybe because of pandemic, because of lockdown, even people are pursuing doctorate here, and the exams are being postponed, so they're not very positive. Any particular message from them?
Yeah. So see, I mean, one thing is that you are not alone in this. It's the entire world that has experienced this turmoil, right? And it has been the hardest year in everybody's life. But look at the positive side of it. Like, for example, you got to spend more time with your family. Maybe some people tapped in some inner talents that they never knew they had, and they got time to, think about themselves. Sometimes, I mean, overall education and everything is a rat race. So I think it was a needed halt also, in a way, to rethink that what your goal is, what really matters in life. So I know it's easier said than done, because of course at the end of the day you need to go out there, make a career. But again, you're not alone in this. I think that's the most reassuring thing, and everything will get better. Time is the biggest healer. So I would just say, hang in there, stay positive, and take care of your health, because that is what is going to stay with you forever. We've heard health is wealth, but then people mostly neglect it. So even if you are at home, just maybe have family sessions of yoga, or maybe go for a walk. If you're living in a building, go on your terrace and walk. Eat healthy, eat more of I see people baking a lot during the pandemic, but I don't think that is a great idea long term, because again, you're putting on weight, you have no activity, which again in India is hard because you cannot go out and get your activities. So concentrating on your diet is very important. And I think things will fall in place. Once you follow the rules, once vaccination kicks, it will fall in place. So just remember, you're not alone, and make best use of the time that you have in hand, because then you should not feel, oh, I had 2 years with my family, but I did not create memories. So I just feel like, think about it in that respect. And yeah,
Great.
I just want to thank my mom for everything that she does, honestly. And we don't thank them enough personally. So I think this is a great platform to just let people know that tell your loved ones that you love them, and it is really gratifying at the end. So that's it.
Great. Thank you.